This week marked the 81st anniversary of the liberation of Paris. Here at News Channel 2, we have a special connection to that day. Our first chief photographer, the late Mark Gryska, was among the thousands of American troops in France and helped to photograph the celebrations afterwards. News Channel 2's Ben Kinney spoke with his granddaughter about his lasting legacy.
In 1941, Mark Gryska was working in a Pennsylvania factory when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
And like so many other young Americans and men, they decided to join and, go fight for their country.
Gryska had first discovered photography in high school. He would take the hobby along with him to his time in the service. It would lead him to a chance encounter with a then relatively unknown photographer in Yosemite National Park.
But during his time over in training, he was a young photographer in Yosemite and found this guy that was taking pictures. And he says, "Hey, I'm a young photographer. Do you mind if I follow you around?"
That photographer, Ansel Adams. Gryska would spend his time in the service in the European theater. He landed on Omaha Beach following the invasion of Normandy. But perhaps one of the most outstanding moments Gryska witnessed was the liberation of Paris, which would lead him to meet another famous figure of the time, General Patton.
He went back with another GI to get ready for the parade, and his Jeep was gone. He didn't know what happened to his Jeep. Then he was told that General Patton took his Jeep.
The reason that Patton took his Jeep?
It was the nicest Jeep in the fleet, and he kept it very clean and shiny with motor oil. So he was very proud of that, never got his Jeep back.
Following the war, Gryska returned home to Pennsylvania. While attending a television workshop in New York City, Gryska would be offered a job on Smith Hill.
And he was offered a job at WKTV. And so he came up here, I want to say in 54 or 55 after Dick Clark left, and came up to the station. And so he moved my aunts and my uncles and my mother up here to New York.
Mark would spend 38 years behind the lens here at News Channel 2, filming some of our area's biggest stories, talking to some of the biggest names of the day. He also became a beloved member of the WKTV family, working alongside photographers Steve Tupai, John Caruso, and his right-hand man, Bob Servatius. Though he passed away in 2016, Mark's legacy lives on in his photographs, his films, and the lessons he shared with his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
He loved what he did. He took pride when he did. He taught us all, what he loved, and we carried that on. My sister got a degree in photography. My nephew followed his steps and he's an Army combat medic in the reserves. So a lot of things that, he was the staple, of the family, and the lessons that he taught us still live on.
Reporting in Deerfield, Ben Kinney, News Channel 2.